Hey guys, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do 2-look PLL. So, for those of you who don't know, PLL stands for Permutation of the Last Layer. You do PLL after you've finished OLL, which stands for Orientation of the Last Layer. If you do not know how to do OLL, please check out my last video here, and yeah, then come back to this because it's no point learning PLL if you can't do OLL. Now, assuming that everybody knows how to do OLL, you have got all of whatever opposite colour you do to your cross on the top, so now it's on to the next step. In PLL, the first thing you do is you hunt for a pair of headlights. So, you've got headlights here. Headlights is basically where two corner pieces match. So, these two corner pieces match because they're green and green, so they're the same colour. You will either find one pair of headlights or everything will be headlights, like this. But you will never find a pair of headlights where there's actually just headlights here and then it's scrambled at the back or something like that. You will only ever find one pair of headlights or everything's headlights. Oh, but you can also find no headlights. So, the different cases are all headlights, only one pair of headlights, no headlight. And basically, this is also headlights, because even though there's all of this is the same colour, it's still headlights because these two corner pieces match. So just because the edge piece here is the same colour as the corner pieces doesn't mean it's not headlights, even though it sort of defeats the purpose or the name headlights, because it doesn't even look like headlights anymore. But yeah, so let's get into how to solve the rest. So, before I get into it, let me just tell you that there is actually only two algorithms you need to learn for 2-look PLL, unless you're trying to get more advanced. But for this basic 2-look PLL, there's actually only two algorithms. The first case I'm going to show you is the most common case, where there's just one pair of headlights here. You hold that at the back, and you do this algorithm. So you hold the headlights at the back, and repeat this algorithm after me. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. Okay, you're going to have to learn that case. That's the first case you learn. So let me show you that case one more time. So hold the headlights at the back and repeat this algorithm. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. Okay, so that's the most important algorithm you need to learn for this. It's also the longest algorithm. But let's say you get a case like this, where there is no headlights around. You don't actually have to learn a different algorithm for this. You just have to do the algorithm that you just saw again. So, since there's no headlights, there's no specific way you've got to position the cube, so you can do it anywhere. So I'm just going to do it here, with the red center facing me, and repeat this algorithm. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. Then you get yourself a pair of headlights, put them at the back, and repeat the algorithm again. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. So after you've done this, there's three cases that you can find yourself with. The first one is known as an H-Perm, and it's where these two edge pieces are opposite and these two edge pieces are opposite. There's a very simple algorithm for that, but I'm trying to show you the simplest method. So if you want to learn that algorithm, comment below, but I'm not actually going to show you that algorithm in this tutorial. The second case is where these two edge pieces are opposite and these two edge pieces are opposite. So it looks fairly similar to this, except instead these two are opposite and these two are opposite, instead of these two being opposite and these two being opposite. This is, again, a pretty simple case, so comment below if you want to learn that, and I might come out with a full PLL tutorial in the future, but again, I'm just showing you a simple tutorial on 2-look PLL, so I won't show you that in this tutorial. The final case is what's known as a U-Perm. It's where there's a bar at the back and three edge pieces that need to be flipped around. So basically the aim in solving PLL is to get yourself to this case here, and then it's one algorithm to solve the rest. All three of these cases here, you're going to be doing the same algorithm to solve all of them. It's just you may have to do it more than once. Okay, I'll start off with the simplest case. Now, this may be a little bit confusing, so after I've shown you this, feel free to just go back and rewatch it until you get your head around it. So, it's one simple algorithm, but there's a slight variation depending on what two cases you've got. So, this is how you start. You do F2, and then you see, is this piece, if you turn this piece here, does it line up with the center? Or if you turn this piece here, does it line up with the center? So basically if you turn the edge piece, does it line up with the center? Or the edge piece? So you could either turn it this way, but you see that doesn't line up with the center. So you've got to turn it that way. And that's the hard part in the video. And then you do this, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U prime, F2. Now I'll quickly show you, let's say you've got the opposite of that case. So this is the opposite here. When you do the F2, you always start off with the F2, but this time you see that instead of doing a U prime, because that doesn't line it up, you've got to do a normal U to line up the centerpiece. Then you continue on with the algorithm. So L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, and at this part again, since you did a U instead of a U prime, it means you finish it off with a U, F2. So that's a little bit confusing. Feel free to go back and rewatch this part over and over and over again until you get your head around it. Okay, for these two cases, you've got an option. If you get the H-Perm, or this is known as a Z-Perm, you can do the same thing. So you hold it anywhere, since it's basically all the same, no matter where you hold it, and you do this algorithm here. F2, the same algorithm you saw this time. Now you've got an option here. You can do U or U prime, whichever one you find easier. I'm going to do U prime, and then you continue the algorithm. L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, F2. And then you get yourself this case here. So this is the U-Perm, where there's the bar at the back. Now this time it does matter how you hold it. I'm sorry if this has been a little bit confusing, but trust me, rewatch the video and you get your head around it. You do this, start it off, F2, and then you see this turns here because that lines up with the center. Instead of that, that doesn't line up. So U prime, and then L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, F2. And that solves it. Now we'll go back to the Z-Perm. So again, you can hold it anywhere, it doesn't matter, and repeat the algorithm. F2, you've got an option, again, U prime or U. So I'm just going to do U prime, and then you go L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, F2. Then you get yourself a U-Perm, then you hold it here, then you do the algorithm, F2, you see that again, the green lines up with the green centerpiece here, and then you do the L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, F2. Okay, I know that's a lot to get your head around, but it's worth it if you do in the end, and if you don't understand, just rewatch the video until you finally get it, because you will. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe for more content like this, click here. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.